August 5, 1993, 10-year-old Holly Piirainen walks out of her grandparents' house in Sturbridge, Massachusetts to see a neighbor's new litter of puppies. She's gone only a few minutes. She never makes it back. Within hours, the search turns into one of the largest missing child efforts the region has seen. Volunteers, state police, search dogs combing the woods around Sturbridge and neighboring Brimfield. Weeks later, the search ends the way no one wanted. Her remains are found in Brimfield. Investigators finally have a crime scene. They still don't have a name for who did it. Detectives collect what evidence there is, including DNA from the scene. In 1993, that's treated as a long shot. DNA testing exists, but it's slow, expensive, and only useful if you already have a suspect to compare it against. There's no suspect. Tips come in, get chased down, go nowhere. The DNA sample goes into storage, not lost, not thrown away, just filed, waiting for a comparison that doesn't exist yet. Here's the part that trips people up. Cold doesn't mean careless. Investigators didn't give up on Holly Piirainen's case. They ran out of things the technology of 1993 could actually do with what they had. So the file stays open on paper and effectively stalled in practice for years. Not because nobody's looking, because looking at the time only gets you so far. Holly was 10. She was walking to see puppies, the most ordinary errand a kid can run. That detail is part of why the case still sticks with people more than 3 decades later. Every August, the anniversary comes back around for a community that's never gotten a name to go with a face. Not an arrest, not even a confirmed public suspect. Just a case number and a question that won't close. Holly Piirainen's case isn't unique in that sense, it's common in the worst way. Thousands of cases nationwide sit with usable DNA and zero match, waiting on exactly the same missing piece, something to search it against. Then, in the summer of 2026, something shifts, not in this case yet, but in one next door to it. A different Massachusetts case, cold for 26 years, finally breaks. That case belonged to a woman known only as Chelsea Jane Doe, found in 2000, unidentified for 26 years despite her killer being caught and convicted almost immediately. The killer was never the mystery there. Her name was. In 2023, a forensic genetic genealogy lab builds a full DNA profile from what's left of her remains. A profile isn't an identity, it's a string of genetic markers with nothing to compare it to yet. Traditional police DNA testing checks a sample against Cody's, the FBI's criminal database, an exact match to someone already on file. If nobody involved has a criminal record, Cody's comes back empty. That's the same wall Holly's case has been sitting behind since 1993. Investigative genetic genealogy gets around that wall entirely. Instead of matching a suspect, it builds a family tree from the DNA searching public genealogy databases, the same sites people use to find long-lost relatives, for anyone who shares even a small piece of that genetic code. It's the same broad method that identified the Golden State Killer suspect in 2018, and it's what finally cracked Chelsea Jane Doe's case. Investigators traced the tree to a likely brother, the FBI confirmed the match, and in June 2026, she got her name back: Tiffany Bradley, 16 years old. Picture an ordinary version of how that tree gets built. Someone takes a DNA test because their kid wants to know if the family's really Irish, or because a kit was on sale for the holidays. They upload their results out of curiosity, not civic duty. They're never a suspect in anything, but their DNA, sitting in that database, might be the exact thread an analyst needs to walk backward from a crime scene sample toward a name. That's the wave Holly Piirainen's case is riding into now. Hampden County's DA office, fresh off the Chelsea Jane Doe identification, says that win has directly reinvigorated the push on Piirainen's file. In 2026, the office starts running community DNA collection events near Sturbridge and Brimfield, not chasing a new tip, but hoping to grow the same kind of searchable family tree that cracked the case next door. The math is simple and slow at the same time. The more people who get tested for any reason at all, the more likely it becomes that a distant relative of whoever left that DNA in 1993 shows up somewhere in a public database. 33 years is a long time to wait on a stranger's curiosity about their own family tree. But that's genuinely the mechanism now, not a new eyewitness, not a deathbed confession. Just enough ordinary people willing to spit in a tube for reasons that have nothing to do with Holly Piirainen at all. She was 10 years old. Somewhere, a distant relative may already carry the answer without knowing it's sitting in a database, waiting, the same way the DNA itself has been waiting since 1993, for the rest of us to become findable.